Yeah, we back. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with me, man. The boxing game. What up? A couple things I want to talk about in this live stream. Ego overnight, absolutely. Okay. 7-6, what's up? We got a shooter in here. That's always recommended. Yeah, man. I want to talk about a couple of things. I need these notifications to go out so I can do so. You can help that by hitting the like button. I told y'all, 2026, there are going to be some changes. I've been busting my butt, pause, to make sure everything is right. And it's right. Troy, what's up? So we got to keep it that way. Smash the like button. Joaquin, what up? We got to keep it moving. Make everything make sense. TB Ego. Man, I try to tell y'all gonna see this year. If they forgot, I guess I gotta wake them up and remind them who the I am. I'm just getting some stuff pulled up for the show. I got an update. Listen, if we can't get the crowd rocking, then I'm just going to put this in the regular video. So these live streams are 100% your responsibility as a fan. Come back, join the live forums, join the live community, engage with the content. The more y'all do that, the more I'm going to be live. If we can't get it going, then I'll just do a regular video for y'all. What up, bro? I just came across your channel. I really enjoy your content. Keep up the Lydell, I appreciate you. Yeah, we've been rocking. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did. Much love. Please keep the live stream up, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm down to keep the live stream up. Y'all got to make it make sense. Come on. Let's get the energy up, get the comments up, get the likes up so we can work. I'm always ready to work. Y'all know that. Joaquin, papoose. How, come on with that papoose stuff. Oh, man. This can't be real. Ego, hold on. Ego, did you see Clarissa singing? Absolutely not. Bro, Clarissa is doing the most and y'all mad at me. How you gonna get mad at me? I'm keeping it real. She is doing the most. She is doing the most and I'm level-headed. I ain't doing the most. My man says she's singing now. Like, what are we doing, bro? How Lamont Roach have no excuses boxing, but that's all he has. I don't get that. Ego, salute to you, G. Keep the content coming. I sent it to you on Instagram. I bet. Oh, man. I already know it's gonna be somebody said Pap upstairs. y'all already trolling, bro. Instagram. I don't see it. Hey, what's your name on Instagram? Where is it? What's your name on Instagram so I can look it up? Dolph. I got too many emails. I mean DMs. I don't know where you're at. Dolfo Valdez. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find you. I don't see it. I don't see nothing. You tag. Oh, hold on. I found it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Man, I already know it's gonna be some craziness. Hold on. I found you. I'm all alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I've tried to say what's on my mind. Hey. Oh, bro, why did you send that? What is that? Hey, Clarissa, when it comes to boxing, you the GOAT. You got great accomplishments. What the fuck is that? Somebody said auto tune can't help. Come on, bro. I don't know how. Shout out to my boy Dolph. Somebody said the vocals are upstairs. Bro, this is terrible. Hold on. I gotta go back to that. That was crazy. Shout out to Lydell for the $5 Cash App. Eagles Army salute you. Let's work. That was bad. Shout out to you for the $5. The Cash App lines are open. Let's work. I am definitely down to work. My man Dolph done sent Clarissa Shields exclusive. Listen, I'm all alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I've tried to say what's on my mind. You should have known. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you think you gave to me. But now I gotta find my own. You should have listened. There is someone here inside. Someone I thought had died so long ago. Oh, I'm screaming out, and my dreams will be heard. They will not be pushed aside. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hey, I'm gonna cancel the stream. What was that? I know you lying and say Whitney Shields. Bro, don't do Whitney like that. That's Whitty Hutton from Martin when he made them t-shirts. That is Whitty. Remember when Bruh Man, he's like, Bruh Man can't spell. And he held up the shirt and it said Whitty Hutton. Don't ever say Whitney Houston or Whitney Shields. That was not even Win Shields. That was Whitty Hutton. Bro, that was horrible. Clarissa Warwick. Y'all trolling, bro. That was terrible. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, and then I get blamed. Y'all say, "Oh, Eagle's hating." I'm hating because she don't vocally sound good. I'm hating because she keep talking about papoose. I'm hating because she waging war with light skin, but then she fanning out over Rihanna. But I'm the hater. Okay. This is what happens with celebrities sometimes. If you don't have the appropriate people in your camp to tell you when you doing right, doing wrong, you got to get yes men and women around you. That's what happens. And if I'm lying, put her on The Voice. Put her on American Idol. Randy Jackson going to be like, thank you for coming out. It's a no for me, dog. Bro, that sounds crazy. That sounded crazy. I don't know what the...
Listen, I'm all alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I've tried to say what's on my mind.
You should stop.
You should have known. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling.
That got to be a skit. There ain't no way that's not a skit. Quote, come on, bro. Listen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see, you got to know your story. Like, I can't sing, but I can rap. I know how to rap. I can't sing. So I'll never, I don't take it serious. Like, it looked like she trying, but I'm all alone at the crib. Oh, yeah. Bro, come on. You got to have people in your corner that is just like, this ain't your best thing. But why her voice sound quaky? Don't call us, we'll call you. Facts. Do y'all hear, like, when she's singing, I hear, like, a shaky voice, like, quaky.
Me, and I love y'all for that. But to say that all the... Listen, I'm all alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I've tried to say what's on my mind. You should have known.
Do y'all hear it?
Now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you think you gave to me. But now I gotta find my own.
Bro, come on. That voice sound quaky like Terrence Howard. Man, what's up with this hustling? Whoa, man. I was just playing with you, quote, man. Quote. What's good with Detroit, man? Bro, do y'all hear the Terrence Howard in that voice? It's like shaky. I was just playing with you, young blood, man. I hear the Terrence Howard in the voice. Like your vocal sounds shaky. Man, Cuddy was taking care of your woman while you was away at the war. I was just playing with you, man. What's up, Iron Man, man? Bro, she was like, now I believe in you. Yeah, get Clarissa Howard out of here, bro. Hustle in Flint. What's up with Alicia Bumgardner, man? Bumgardner, move up to 54. You want to fight me, man? If you want to fight me, we can do it at 54, man. Bro, she sound like RFK Jr. That voice sounds shaky as... She got that RFK Jr. voice, bro. And then when I keep it real, I'm the bad guy. I'm the villain. Again, you don't have to be good at everything. In fact, most people aren't. There's very few people who are savants at singing, piano, dancing, acting. I don't know what that was about. Let me see what the comments is on. Somebody said, "Quote, goofiest woman of all time." This is a howl for help. Somebody take her phone ASAP. She's killing me every day. This is how I sound in the shower. Bless my heart. Look, perfect example of you can't have yes people around you. Poor thing. This confidence ish is going too far now. The glass just broke. Can barely talk right and trying to sing. And you trying to sing. Girl, bye. Bro, they going crazy because Clarissa Howard is trying to sing with this quaky voice. We ain't got no water in Flint, man. Bro, that sounded terrible. And nobody, it seemed like nobody will tell Clarissa was real. She'll keep doing it, keep acting like this, and it's everybody else's problem. That's why I did my video this morning, and I don't care what Monique is talking about. We don't know you for boxing. We don't care what you're talking about. You don't know about boxing. You talking about don't gossip. You talking bad about Oprah. You talking bad about Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry. And now you talking about black unity. Man, get her out of here, bro. I hate these people. I hate when people do that, bro. Now all of a sudden you want to talk about black unity, but some of the people who start preaching that, they have been historically some of the most divisive people in their field. Like no other female comedian was beefing with Tyler Perry and Oprah. These are considered in black culture like people who successfully made it and they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? But Monique was like, I'm gonna keep exposing them. But now you trying to tell people not to speak on Clarissa in a certain way when she's doing certain things that are soliciting. Now, there are people who are probably race fans and saying whatever, but I feel like truly that's a small percentage of people, comparatively speaking, to all the other comments where people are like, you're tripping. My ears are literally bleeding. Someone take her phone immediately. She is tone deaf. And Clarissa out here blaming light-skinned females. These ain't all light-skinned people in females in the comment section, like going in on you. Period. And then I'm the one real enough to speak about it. I don't have no issue with Clarissa Shields. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we... Yeah, get Clarissa McClurkland up out of here, bro. I don't know who told you you can sing. You singing worse than Coming to America. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Bro, she out here talking into that microphone sounding like Sexual Chocolate. I believe Clarissa is the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Bro, she out here sounding like Sexual Chocolate, and then when Boxingego speak about it, you're going to be like, oh, you're trying to diss Clarissa because of this and that. Bro, she don't sound good. Great fighter, but that is not it. And when you act how she's been acting, I believe the children are our future. When you're doing all this stuff, as you're in the limelight, you're a celebrity. When you're in the limelight, people are going to have their opinion on it. You just got to be, same with me. I'm Boxingego. If I get on here and do video, hold me to anything I say on my channel, because I don't be woofing. I don't be woofing. So hold me to it. Anything I put out, anything I say, hold me to it. But if I act a fool and act like super arrogant in certain regards, then people are going to have their say. Me personally, I don't really give a You can say what you want about me. Like, I say I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best. And there's nobody in my field, nobody in my industry, nobody in the comment section that is going to come out and outwork me by themselves. Have more charisma, more personality. It hasn't happened this far. So until I stand corrected, which will never happen, then I'm going to keep saying that. So I'm with the confidence stuff. I don't mind being confident, but you doing like the most. You doing a whole lot, Miss Shields. Shout out to my man from the UK. He sent £10 via the PayPal. Let me see what the message says. Happy belated New Year, Ego, to you and the boxing viewers. Hey, shout out to my man from West Sussex. Ego's Army. Shout out to Simon. I appreciate you. Listen, the support links are in my link me below. Support real creation, support real creators. Link me has all of my links in the description. Shout out to Simon. She gonna be mad at light skin when her album don't sell. And my thing is, like, you doing a whole lot. Don't you got an upcoming fight, cuh? Clarissa, cuh. Don't you have an upcoming fight? You beefing with 50 Cent. You rapping. You doing IGs about how good you look. You doing singing albums. Right? You beefing with Franchon. I don't have a problem with that because that's your opponent. Like, you doing a whole lot. I'm going to keep saying papoose. Papoose. I mean, keep saying it. What? Bro, see, women be tripping like that to me because, like, why do you think the world revolves around your relationship, bro? Oh, y'all jealous because I'm with papoose. I mean, good. Why do you think everybody is, like, mad at your relationship? I don't understand that at all. Like, you think everyone is fixated on what you're doing and mad at your dating papoose. Again, maybe there's a small percentage of people who have a problem with it. So why address a very small demographic of people? I think most people are happy for you if you're happy. You know, I like to be optimistic with these things. You don't want negative energy, but the way Clarissa Shields acts, I feel like she omits a certain energy, which in turn is going to get a certain energy back. That's how the universe works. You dig? If you act a certain way, best believe you're going to get a certain reaction from people. Kind of how that works. That's why I don't care what Monique is talking about. She talking about, oh, leave Clarissa alone. Why y'all bringing up her looks? She brought up her looks. What are you talking about?
About why these girls hating on me and be like, girl, look at what you doing. You got money, you got a big booty, you fit, you rich, you in good health, you're a real person, you're pretty. Like, come on now, of course they don't like you. Of course they're gonna lie on you.
Boom. She said, of course they don't like you because you look so good. Of course. You got a big booty. Like, What are you talking about, bro? I got to talk to Clarissa right now like Russell Westbrook. What? Hey, yo, you ninjas tripping. What are you talking about, bro? Like, you're literally in a fitting room or a store talking about I have a big derriere and everyone's jealous of me. Of course, because I'm rich, I'm in good health, and I got body, I got a big butt, and I look so pretty.
To hear mad about why these girls hating on me and be like, girl, look at what you doing. You got money, you got a big booty, you fit, you rich, you in good health, you're a real person, you're pretty. Like, come on now, of course they don't like you. Of course they're gonna lie on you.
So I'm not accepting nothing else. Y'all talking about like, oh, it's because Clarissa's black. Bro, you could be green. If you're acting like this routinely online, I'm pretty sure people are going to feel a type of way about it. No kizzy. If you're doing all this, people are going to have their own opinions about you. It don't matter what color you are at that point.
What? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man. That's what y'all think y'all gonna do. You're not gonna do it. Whenever I feel like saying Papoose name, I'm gonna say his name. Papoose, Papoose, Papoose. 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 Papoose.
Maybe on it, cause I be on that mug.
Papoose. Yeah. Papoose. 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 Every time I say his name, it get more and more comments. You get the flying. Papoose. Give me 2,000. Papoose, Papoose, Papoose. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yum. Papoose. Papoose. Be hitting this Papoose. So mad. That man is happy and in love. Y'all is so mad. That's crazy.
Bro, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this up if I wanted to. What are you talking about, bro? You literally said this man's name 100 times. For no reason. This is unhinged behavior. Like, I don't care how good your relationship is. Nobody in the real world acts like this over their relationship. Like, you're acting like a child. Papoose. I'm going to say it. Papoose, 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 papoose. Can't nobody stop me from saying papoose. Papoose. Like, bro, this is like little kid behavior. Little kid behavior. And then Monique, she gonna come out talking about, oh, y'all gotta cut Clarissa some slack. Is she black and black women should be offended? No. If you act like a kid in public and you're in the public eye, people are gonna feel a type of way, bro. I'm not, there's times where something occurred, like Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland is a good example. That happened where something unnecessary happened because a person was black. But you acting crazy and like unhinged, that don't have nothing to do with being black, bro. I'm not touching you. Yeah, when people put their head, oh, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. Like little kid games. Block Dab 7553. 2026 is over for any clout chasing, any soliciting. It's always been a rule. Block them. Behavior will turn dangerous if he leaves. Bro, it might be a thin line between love and hate. If he was abusive, you had a killing and you feel that way? Yeah. I said, if he was abusive, you had a killing and Bro, this might be, it's a thin line between love. She opened up the door. Are you hungry? Did you eat? Yeah. Let me take off your coat, your coat, your coat, yo. Bro, this might be, she opened up the door. Are you hungry? Are you hungry, baby? Did you eat? Yeah. Bro, this might, if he was abusive, you had to kill it at. Remember when she had the bag of oranges and she was bop? She was Lynn Whitfield was crazy, bro. She was hitting herself with the bag of fruit. This might be some Glenn Close, the way you acting. You saying the name, I cooked you bacon is crazy, bro. That is funny. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is weird, uncharted territory. Martin was, if you were abusive, you had a killing ass. Bro, if he was abusive, you had an killing ass. That's what the vibes you giving off. And you got a fight. You got a fight coming up. Like, this is just weird. Acting like a little kid. And then people trying to turn this into, man, y'all making fun of Clarissa the way she look. Bro, she the one bringing up her looks. There might be this many people out of this many people that are talking about her looks in a negative way. And then there are people talking about her looks in a negative way only because she keep bringing up how beautiful and good she look. What happened to beauty is in the eye of the beholder, man? Like, why don't you let the people judge how you look? If you're in a committed, happy relationship, engagement, why do you have to keep telling us this? Like, when I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't do lives about it. I go live, but I don't do lives about it. I live my life. That's what we saying. Live your life. You happy, you happy. Why are you telling the internet you got a big woody when you in a committed relationship? Why do we need to know that? Like, for real. That's like a dude being like, oh, I'm packing. Man, when I be bricked up, like, why are you saying that, like, in a live? Like, why? What does that have to do with it? Like, we're talking about grown adults. When I be bricked up, my be like this. Look like a baby arm. Oh, damn, homies, it look like a baby arm when I... What that got to do with anything, bro? Especially to be let the female say, oh, he packing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This new generation is chopped, bro. Chopped. And they don't see it. They like live and die by social media. Not everything need to be on social media. So we never gonna see eye to eye. I respect Clarissa as a fighter, as a person, but the behavior is just like unhinged right now. Unhinged. What y'all talking about? Hold on. Why so hard on her? This is her first spot profile boyfriend. Pat better not let her go before a fight. It would definitely cause her to plummet. But how am I being hard on her? Y'all goofy. Y'all, listen, on Dead Homies, y'all goofy, bro. You talking about why are you being hard? How am I being hard on her? Okay, this is what y'all don't understand. Clarissa and anybody else in boxing can get up on a live, a camera and a microphone, and act all types of fools, clout chase Tank Davis, talk bad about this person, wage war against light-skinned women. They can do all that. But then when Boxingego, who's talking to you like a level-headed adult, explaining myself on what the issue is and why you're getting the bad feedback, then y'all say, why am I being so hard? No, I reject your deposit. Why is it always on me? You're putting stuff up public domain, acting a certain way that I'm telling you is going to get you attention that is negative, and you continue to do stuff and you defiantly do it, then it's fair game. Just like Clarissa, she could be like, Boxingego, he don't know ish, he broke, he ugly, he's stupid, but she can say whatever she want about me. Free country. I'm not acting like a fool. I'm not putting on my relationship business on the internet. So you can say whatever you want about me, but just like she can go live and like, I'm a say papoose. She can do it, then I can do it. I can keep talking my talk. That's what y'all don't understand. How? So you think it's a one-way street and Clarissa can go live every day, keep doing these things that are causing a negative reaction towards her brand, but then Boxingego, I gotta sit there and remain quiet and see all this stuff going, which happens to do with the sport I'm in and a sportsman in my ship or a sportswoman in my sport, and I just gotta just zip it, and I can't have an opinion, but everyone else can have an opinion. Never gonna happen. Don't watch me. I'm surprised ain't no food fly out her mouth when she kept saying, that's what I'm saying. And that's the other thing. It's like table etiquette. You're scraping your plate, eating rice and chicken or whatever, and talking with your mouth full. Papoose, I'm gonna keep saying, papoose. Bro, who acts like this? Brad Pitt would been with mad Hollywood honeys, Jennifer Aniston, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, and so on and so forth. When do you ever seen Brad Pitt? Oh, I'm gonna keep saying Angelina Jolie. I'm gonna keep doing it. Angelina, y'all can't stop me. Angelina, Jolie. Like, this is not normal behavior. And the problem is you idiots like Monique are trying to normalize the behavior and then guilt trip black people to feel a type of way if they don't co-sign that because Clarissa happens to be black. No. And then you're like, oh, y'all hating on her because she black. It don't have nothing to do with her being black for most people. Some a minority of idiots who are racist, yes, her being black is the problem. But the behavior is the bigger problem. For example, Aiden Ross, there's someone probably darker than Clarissa. Doechii. Aiden Ross keep dissing her. Everybody black and others are coming to her defense right now and calling for Aiden Ross to be canceled. The culture is telling the world that Aiden Ross needs to be canceled because he's targeting black people and a black woman who is just like, he calling her industry plant. He's saying she trash and she a bad person. And Aiden Ross is under heavy backfire and heavy pressure because he's coming for this black woman. Protect Kendrick too, but people don't want to see it, especially that at least Kendrick's a man, so he can defend himself. Ain't nobody want to see no Jewish kid from the suburbs talking crazy. He's supposed to be a part of the culture, talking crazy about someone within the culture and a black woman at that, to uplift Drake or whatever he's doing, right? So I watched the culture rise up and get behind Doechii. I don't even know much about Doechii, but I don't co-sign her, Aiden trying to like cyberbully her and call her all types of B's and, you know what I mean? All this extra stuff. You have people like Glasses Malone, like, yo, the Crips finna be on you if you keep this up. Like, it's going to be ugly for you. So Don't give me these like little sob stories from Monique and Clarissa talking about, oh, y'all just don't want to support her because she black. Doechii is black and darker than Clarissa, and everybody is coming to her defense right now. Shout out to Glasses Malone for that. Everybody is coming to her defense because you see who the victim is in the situation. She ain't even responding, and Aiden Ross, every time he get a chance, he keep dissing her. That's what I'm willing to stand for. But if Doechii was out here acting like Clarissa Shields, just like Clarissa Shields, Doechii would be on her known. You see how that works? Doechii took the high road. She's not really acting weird, not doing the stuff that's like aggravating the crowd, and she's being targeted. That's not the case with Clarissa Shields. Like, Doechii literally is not bringing any of this energy her way. She's just trying to put out music. She ain't really do nothing wrong, in my opinion. What did she do wrong? Okay, you think she an industry plant. So what about that white girl, Bobby Altiff? They say she an industry plant. Why Aiden Ross ain't going in on her? Doechii more talented than that girl anyway. That Bobby chick. So stop trying to act like Clarissa is getting cyber bullied because she black. The culture finna stand up for what's right, especially if you black, but I mean, you could be anyone. That lady that Ice popped, she wasn't black, but the culture is standing up like that was wrong. What they did in Minneapolis was wrong. So the culture, especially if you're black, but anybody is going to stand up for it. I know because Oakland is my backyard, bro. I'm in Northern California right now. Oakland is one of the meccas for revolution, change, like Renaissance, standing for the public, standing for the people. Oakland is the heart, one in all of America. Oakland, California is one of them ones. I was here when the cops popped Oscar Grant. I drove and was in Oakland when it was Occupy Oakland because of the Oscar Grant situation. So don't come at me talking about, oh, like I'm supposed to feel sorry for Clarissa Shields when this is self-inflicted. Clarissa Shields is a black cheddar Bob from 8 Mile. I don't feel sorry. I feel sorry for the little girl in the convenience store that got hit with a stray. Clarissa didn't get hit with a stray. She cheddar Bob. She cheddar bobbed herself. You picked up the blick and you discharged the blick on yourself. That's not the same. That Doechii, she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. We're not gonna act like these two are the same things. Period. And is to me, it's mind-boggling that Clarissa don't have like better people in her corner that she can listen to that'll let her know when she's slipping. Like, yo, focus on your fight. Don't worry about the maddening crowd. Kenya B, what up? You know what I mean? So 2026 is going to be different, man. it's going to be real different because you got a lot of people who are trying to paint these narratives for sympathy, and it's self-inflicted. I don't feel sorry for people when it's self-inflicted. I feel sorry if you get caught up in the rapture, Anita Baker. Like the system, racism, like something really happened to you. The way Clarissa is acting is definitely self-inflicted.
A lot of y'all videos defending me, and I love y'all for that. But to say that all these girls look like me when they don't have on makeup is a motherfucking lie.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
They do not look this good without makeup. I'm sorry. Like, I understand what y'all saying, but skin clear.
Mind you, this is a response to people who are defending Clarissa Shields, saying that it's normal for women to look like Clarissa Shields with no makeup. She took offense to that. How narcissistic can you be? How narcissistic can you be where people are defending you? They are coming to your aid. They're coming to bat for you. And like, yo, Clarissa's beautiful. She looks natural and normal. It's normal. And then Clarissa, that wasn't good enough for her. She was like, I understand what y'all saying, but no way. These other women don't look as good as me. My face is slaying. My eyebrows, my lips is full. I feel great and I look great. Like, who acts like this, bro? The eyes tell me everything. She looks like she has special needs. Oh, wow. Bro, who acts like this? And then, like, for me, how do you make a generalized comment like, these light skins is coming from me, I look better than you? How do you say you look better than, you just look better than every light-skinned woman? What are you talking about? These girls they were coming to your aid and defending you, and you're like, these girls don't look like me, I look better than you. How you look better than just everyone born? Like, what are we talking about?
Love y'all for that. But to say that all these girls look like me when they don't have on makeup is a motherfucking lie.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
They do not look this good without makeup. I'm sorry. Like, I understand what y'all saying.
They do not look this good without makeup. Who is they? How can you speak for any group of people? How are you just going to say a group of females, no one's on your level, no one can possibly, is unfathomable that they can look as good as you? Really? And then people like Monique are trying to like browbeat people and act like we're tripping and act like, oh, Clarissa don't deserve this. How can you say you look better than a mythical group of women? I look better than you. Take off the wig and see how you look. Hey, yo, Kenya B came in dumping. She said, take off that wig. Bro, if she took off the wig, it'll probably be like that scene in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. She was like, yeah, I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna get comfortable. And she started remember who seen I'm Gonna Get You Sucker the weigh-ins? Bro. Kenya B said, take that wig off. That wig off is crazy. Bro, remember she had no foot, all types of... Man, take that wig off. You won't be on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Remember when she had that little hair, little alopecia hair? Hold on. She was taking her legs off and hopping. Yeah, take that wig off. Take the filters off. Take the wig off and do a side by side. Bro, look. Yeah. You don't look like Jada Pinkett Smith out there. Come on, bro. You just gonna say I look better than every woman. Like, come on, bro. Shaka Khan looking at. I'm every woman looking at. Come on, bro.
But skin clear, lips full, baby, high cheekbones, in shape. So I get what y'all saying, but I actually look very good with no makeup. So we're not gonna go there.
I actually look very good with no makeup, bro. Are you dating yourself? Is this Kanye West? We're like, what are we doing, bro? Somebody said that's that Flint water. What woman is really out here doing this? I look good with no makeup. Okay, that's your opinion of yourself. What about the rest of the world? And beyond that, why do you care what the rest of the world said if you in a happy marriage or whatever with Papoose? You see how this works?
Like, I'm not gonna give them that credit, but we all look better when we put on makeup because makeup is meant to enhance your looks, right? It's not. Some girls' faces completely change. Mine, I just look like it's like you don't see my scars or the black under my eye from me not sleeping all the time. Like, that's what makeup is. But no, it's only one Clarissa Shields, only one glow, and I'm fine as just being clear. Clear. See that? No enhancements. Period. In here, man.
Bro, no that's that Flint water. That's that Flint water. What I gotta say, like Will Smith? Now that's that Flint water. Now that's how you Flint water. That's how you drink. I gotta hit it. I gotta hit that Mike Lowry for y'all to understand. That's Flint water at its finest, bro. That is pure, 100%, no pH balance, Flint water. Now that's how you're supposed to Flint. That's how you're supposed to drink. You've been sipping on that Flint water. You off of that water. Even Gwen Stefani say she couldn't doubt me. Sipping on that Flint. You sipping on that Flint water. Even Gwen Stefani say she couldn't doubt me. Yeah. Then to be in the pen sharing showers. You've been sipping on that Flint water for hours. And I'd rather be pushing up flowers than to be in the pen sharing shower. Bro, you off that Flint water, you feel me? You been drinking that tap water.
About why these girls hating on me and be like, girl, look at what you doing. You got money, you got a big booty, you fit, you rich, you in good health, you're a real person, you're pretty. Like, come on now, of course they don't like you. Of course they're gonna lie on you. No, greatest woman of all time is Clarissa Shields. They just all that big, like, it's like, wow, my phone started going crazy, and they're like, it just shows me that I'm on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really nice and beautiful, and I'm just honored and happy that she even, know my name. Hell, I mean, we all somebody, but Rihanna not saying everybody's name. It's always the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that they can come on people's shit talking shit. Oh, because you think you're pretty. I'm gonna tell you something.
I am going to prove that Clarissa Shields does not believe what she says. She is mentally unhinged and she don't believe it. I'm going to prove it. If y'all want me to prove it, type prove it in the comment section. Okay, I'll prove it. I'll beat any man in this room in less than 60 seconds. If you want Boxingego to prove it, I'll prove it. I just caught her up. I caught her up. If you want me to prove it, type prove it. I shall prove it. I'll prove. This is how the way I can tell when people are lying and trying to convince themselves. You're not going to be congruent. If you are really like, for example, Floyd Mayweather really is confident. He don't believe these other guys can beat him in boxing. The reason I know that is his speech is always congruent. I have never heard a doubtful Floyd Mayweather. Ever. It's always consistent, right? When you truly believe something, you will be consistent. Like, I've always said I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. I never wavered. I never said, oh, I'm pretty good today. Oh, I might be decent. I never said that. That's true confidence. I really believe what I'm saying. Floyd really believes what he's saying. Clarissa don't. And I'll prove it because I just caught her up. Anyone who feels they are attractive would not be on social media constantly trying to prove it to everyone. She cares too much about what others think and looks insecure. That was beautifully put. Boom. Real shout out to Alicia. The real understand this. If you are convincing people online, then you're not confident. Period. There's no one that is truly like, okay, I have a popular channel and platforms. If I get on, let's say Usain Bolt is in his prime, and I'm like, Usain Bolt is slow. He's slow as, he not a fast runner. You think he's going to do a mad videos talking about, man, I am fast. I'm super fast. These other people can't keep up with me. I'm so fast. I'm fast. Why am I so? He's not going to do all that. He knows he's fast. He's been clocked. He's been timed. He's won races. When you know, you know. You don't really have to like prove nothing to nobody. Michael Phelps, Olympic swimmer. Oh, Michael Phelps can't really swim. You think he gonna do what Clarissa's doing? Like, man, I can swim. What y'all talking about? You think he gonna act like that? But anyway, let me prove it. Watch. Listen to the words.
I mean, we all somebody, but Rihanna not saying everybody's name. It's always the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that. That they can come up with shit, talking shit.
Now, pay attention. She said it's always the light-skinned girls that think they are all that, and they think they're so pretty, so they want to come to my page talking crap. Once again, I'll let you listen to it yet again. Listen out for that. Clarissa Shields says the light-skinned girls are so, like, basically conceited, and they think they're all that, and they think they're so pretty. Listen again.
Here. I mean, we all somebody, but Rihanna not saying everybody's name. It's always the light-skinned girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light-skinned that they just all that. That they can come up with shit, talking shit. Oh, because you think you're pretty. I'm going to tell you something.
You think you pretty. Now, at the end of this, she says the light-skinned women are jealous of her because they lack self-esteem.
I ain't really the one to be playing with. You block, man. And then once again, proving my point. Another light-skinned girl. Listen, if you're a light-skinned girl and you love me, I love you too. But I am telling you, some of these light-skinned girls be having like self-esteem problems. And the fact that my self-esteem is up here and theirs is down here, they come fucking with me.
You just contradicted yourself. If you really believe what you said, then how did you contradict yourself? You just said the light-skinned girls are cocky and they think they're all that and they think they're pretty. But then now you're saying the light-skinned girls lack self-esteem because your self-esteem is up here and theirs is down here. So therefore they attack you online. This is the mark of someone who's insecure and does not believe what they are saying. I refuse to believe anything else because confidence speaks volumes without even anything being said. Like Jay-Z is worth a billy and then multiple billies when you add Beyonce. He don't act like this. He know he's worth money. He don't show no receipts from the LV store. I don't even know if he shop at LV, for real, for real. He keep all that under wraps. Beyonce and Jay-Z got more money than you, Clarissa, and they not acting like this. So miss me with all that. Why are you making a Clarissa video? I'm going to keep doing it. She going to keep doing what she do. Let me run my numbers up doing what I do. My thing is this. I firmly believe in accountability and I believe in cause and effect. If you act a certain way, especially in the public eye, especially online, then you got to be prepared for what comes with that. Clarissa needs a PR person ASAP. She needs charm school, a media manager, an image consultant, and a PR person like yesterday. And these athletes are really foolish, bro. You spend $30,000 in the LV store, giving it to the white man for real, because you don't have no type of ownership in no LV store. And you could have paid a PR person. You could have paid Boxingego. And I guarantee you, if that was my job to make Clarissa look good, I would have you in the situations where the internet is not turning you into a walking punchline. Or at least I would try my best to. You spend 30K on something that depreciates. Your image, your brand don't really depreciate. So I'm not saying it from a place of malice. I just think Clarissa has the potential to be even bigger with no like drama or gossip or whatever attached to her name. But you're not going to break this mold acting immature and all that. And the more you try to convince people of your esteem, the more it proves to everyone else that you have esteem issues. And if she ever break up with Papoose, it's going to be catastrophic because it looked like your identity is becoming, the combination of y'all two. Mark my videos down, bro. You better hope they stay together forever. Forever. Because if they don't, mark my video down. If they don't stay together, I feel like when you make your identity your significant other and it becomes like J-Lo and Ben Affleck, they had their own careers even though they were together and married and all that. Papoose is your manager now. And you're talking about having kids, and I'm going to keep saying his name. Good luck to you. But if it don't work out, that's going to be a tougher road because you seem like no one going to stop me from talking about my man. And it seemed like you merging with him. Trust me, I'm older than Clarissa. I know how the game go. I've been in relationships. I learned everything. Everything a relationship could teach you, I learned at some point, or one of my relationships. And then y'all gonna be like, man, Boxingego was right, like always. Y'all gonna be like, Boxingego was right, and I can't wait for it. So I would like to see Clarissa use like social media for what it is. Like for what it truly is, and build her brand in the right way. Like, you think you're being defiant, you're getting a lot of people like talking crazy about you. Like, I don't want to be famous for being that guy. Like, I don't want to be that guy where I'm a walking piñata and it's fashionable for everyone to dump on me and talk crazy about me. In fact, I didn't come in this game with no type of gimmicks for that reason. Like, imagine if I dressed up, painted my face like a wrestler and did these things. I'm not doing that. From day one, I came on as myself. Who I am on here is how I am, is how I grew up, is my influences. I'm just me. You know what I mean? And it's the best way to be. That's why I've seen people copy and try to emulate and do their thumbnails like me and try to act like me and delivery like me. It don't work. You got to be yourself. You got to be original. And you're confident. If you're confident, you're confident. You ain't got to keep warning us. If your relationship is great, you don't got to keep warning us. Enjoy. Have fun with Papoose. How can Papoose be Clarissa's man when he's another woman's husband? I don't know. That's their business. It is what it is. But Clarissa, I feel like she keep trying to prove people wrong. You can't prove the whole internet wrong, bro. People with money hardly ever behave like this. Not an ounce of humility. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. And I think some people are more built for the celebrity and people in your business and stuff, and other people just aren't. And the fact that I feel like Clarissa is kind of crashing out and a bit unhinged in her behavior, maybe she's not ready for more eyes on her brand because of how she's acting. You look like you can't deal with the pressure. You act like you can't deal with the pressure. Like you're like, man, people are calling, like 50 Cent put that old picture of you and you start explain, oh man, I was 16. Oh, I was only 17. Oh yeah, I got 2 gold medals though. I got 2 gold medals. Why are you doing that? If somebody posted a old real picture of me when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, what is there to explain? We all go through phases. Some people have buck teeth. Some people miss teeth. Some people hair was chopped because their parents gave them crazy bangs, and ninjas had flat tops. Like, who cares? Why would you even bother to explain? Man, I was only 16. That it shows me that, like, Clarissa, I don't know if she not like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not like dissing. I don't think she reads the type of stuff. If she does read, like that's a hobby of hers, she don't read what I read. Cause the 48 Laws of Power, you definitely ain't reading that. That literally is part of the 48 Laws of Power. When you start giving your energy to certain things, you make those things win. Like the fact that 50 Cent can post a picture of you, right? He could post a picture of you and get a reaction. Now you make yourself vulnerable because your enemies know how to target you, right? Because you're actually affected by their actions. That's not a good perspective to be at. You know what I mean? Because now the trolling, it proves that the trolling has a way with you, right? Like, dang. So now going forward, talk about Clarissa old pictures, and people are going to be like, oh, damn, that if I want to get a comment from her, then all I got to do is post this blade looking picture of her. Frost. All I got to do is post this picture where Clarissa had this little tadpole Vegeta haircut or whatever. The Balrog special, right? So if you want, I'm showing you the game. If you want to get a rise out of Clarissa Shields, post this Balrog picture of her where her hair was like looking like isosceles triangles with the Serena Williams braids. Just put the Vegeta picture up and she'll respond. Man, I was 16. I was a kid. I was 17 like Brandy. I just want to be down. I want to be down with what ain't going. I was 17 like Brandy. Bro, post a pic. Kenya B, I'm going to put her on probation. She said Clarissa looked like Count Chocula. Oh, my God. See? Bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now the world knows. Now the world knows how to get with you, bro. Because you make it look too obvious. You make it way too obvious, and now everyone knows your kryptonite. Everybody know. Look, Kenya B, you wrong. That Count Chocula. Hey, yo, I gotta fire Kenya B. This Count Chocula is crazy. 1, 2, 3, bro. Kenya B did not need to go here with the Count and his chocolate, bro. Heck no. She had the Count Chocula dude is crazy. I'm so mad at the chat. And then some of y'all saying Dolph. What did he say? Hold on. Dolph said she looks like the character 50 Cent is playing on Street Fighter. Bro, that's that ROG. That's that 50 Cent ROG. Hold on. Bro. Hey, yo. Bro. The man Dolph is out of here, bro. This man bro, look at the Balrog. Man, heck no. Bro, the Balrog, he said the Balrog is crazy, dog. Bro, that is the same lineup. She had the same lineup as Balrog is crazy. Hold on. Bro, this looks like McDowell's from Coming to America, the Golden Arches. Hey, yo. Hey, I'm done, bro. The ROG is crazy. The Count, y'all said Count Chocula, the ROG, man, heck no. I'm so done with y'all. But again, when you get offended by jokes on the internet and all that, I look good. Man, you posting old pictures of me. Who cares? Post an old picture of Boxingego. I don't give a, like, what that got to do with anything? Why would you be so sensitive over that? Remember I told you, these fighters take punches for a living, but they can't take criticism. They can't take complaints. How you get punched in your for a living, but then you can't take the internet trolling you? Who cares? I'd rather the internet troll me than get hit with a crazy uppercut or something. You know what I mean? Like the uppercut that hurt and make my teeth click. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about, bro? It's the internet. You're not going to be able to beat the internet, bro. And the more you try to persist and like talk the internet off the, hey, that was a younger version of me, the more people are going to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Not everyone knows how to be a celebrity. Sensitive, tender feelings. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and the funny thing is, I'm not like somebody not popping, right? I might not be Clarissa Shields, but I still do well for myself. People talk bad about me all the time. Video, Boxingego suck. Ego's been exposed. Good. Expose these nuts. Now, hold on, that sounds crazy. Hold on. That sounds crazy. Take that back. We're going to rewind that. TiVo. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Ego been exposed. Okay, I've been exposed. You got me. Like, whatever. Y'all too sensitive, bro. Trying to respond to the maddening crowd. I wish I would. I wish I would waste my time for people who ain't going to be there. People don't really want to see you win. People don't, you know what I mean? Who cares? Who cares what they talking about? For real, for real. Now, I understand if somebody leaked like a sex tape of you or something like that, because that's like intimate and private. That would be embarrassing for most people. You know what I mean? But an old picture of you at the Olympics, you took the picture. You know what I mean? You went out to the Olympics with your haircut like that. So people seen you. People took pictures. You achieved gold. Who cares what people are talking about? You don't have to explain and like justify yourself. Like maybe your family was broke or something and they couldn't, you know what I mean? They spent all the money on the trip to the Olympics. I don't know how that works. So who cares? We all got humble beginnings. There's people who lived a rougher life than you. It's not that serious. So that's my thoughts on the Clarissa thing. Hopefully she get back to business and focus on the fight. I feel like the insecurity is like off-putting for Clarissa. Like she do a lot of stuff. I think she's a competent and confident fighter, but the way she be acting sometimes, it makes me feel like the confidence is not all maybe as a person. Maybe the fighter confidence is there, but as a person, the confidence can't be all there based on how you're acting solely. Like she keep posting that she made $8 million. Y'all notice that? Like, she's like, oh, the quote got 8 million. Hashtag 8 million. Win records in 8 million. Like, why? Okay, you made 8 million. So you say. Why you keep posting it, though? But meanwhile, the boxers that are earning, we don't truly know how much they earn. Gervonta Davis. Canelo, I don't know how much Canelo truly got for the Crawford fight. I don't know how much money Jake Paul got for the fight with AJ. I don't know how much Anthony Joshua got. But then Clarissa out here, every moment she gets, reminding everybody that she got $8 million. Who acts like this? That's all I'm asking. How is this behavior normal and who acts like this? Oh, I got 8 million, but what about my 8 million? What about my 2 gold medals? What about I look good? How many times can you keep saying the same thing? How many times can you tell us you look good? You got a crazy body. How many times can you say you got 2 gold medals? And how many times can you say you got a deal for $8 million? Answer that and I'll shut up. That's what I'm saying. That's why people are saying it ain't real, because the way you're going about it makes it sound suspect, to be honest. Like, I ain't gonna front. My check for YouTube last month was good. I'm not putting that up on the internet. Why do I want y'all to know how much I made or didn't make? That's what I'm saying. This generation is like weirdos. This generation is chopped. Why do you want people to know how much you made? Like, I don't get it. You went shopping at LV and you wanted people to know how much you spent. Like, what is the point of that? I bought some pretty nice things before. Like, I got Toomey luggage. That was kind of expensive. I ain't post the receipts. Like, I understand, like, posting the luggage or a bag maybe, but to post all that and to post the receipt of how much you paid with your debit card, last 4 digits, who does that? Bro, act like you've been here before. See, I find a hard time. I have a hard time trusting people like that because I feel like if you tell people who blabbermouth everything, they might run in and tell something to the public that you didn't want told. So you got to be real specific. Hey, don't repeat this. I don't know. I'm weird, maybe. I'm paranoid. I don't tell everybody everything because I don't entrust everybody. Why we need to know how much money you spent? You think you get cool points for that? The economy's bad. ICE is killing people. You think people care that you spent $30,000? You know, these fighters need to learn how to read the room. There's bigger things in the world than just finances and money. They shot the lady in the head with the car. ICE agents. We don't care about you spending $30K. We don't care that you're dating papoose like that. The blog sites might because they get paid off of it. But you can't lump everybody in like everyone's just so consumed by what you're doing. So that's my piece. I think she should just humble down, focus on like just regular branding. Show us your, like for me, show us your lifestyle a little bit. Like your nutrition, what kind of training you doing, a little glimpses of sparring. I care more about that. Your well-being. You bought your mama a house. I like seeing stuff like that. I like to see, especially black people. I like to see young black people win. You know what I mean? Like I want to see. I'd rather see you give $30K to your mama for Christmas or something. And I'm not saying she don't do that because she probably does. But if you're going to glorify something, glorify that. Now, finally, the other topic in the title. Did I tell y'all I was the best in the business and it's not even close? Yes or no? Mr. Always Right. Haven't I told y'all that I was the best in the business and it's not even close? Yes or no? Did I tell you I was the best when it comes to this job? C. Facts. I keep getting it right. Boom. What does that say? Boxing scene. Oscar De La Hoya moving on from Vergil, Ortiz, Jaron, Ennis talk. I try to tell y'all, when are y'all going to give me my credit? That's all I want. De La Hoya of Golden Boy told Boxing Scene on Monday his self-imposed deadline for his response from Eddie Hearn of Matchroom has gone unanswered, meaning Oscar is now taking Vergil Ortiz somewhere else other than a fight with Eddie Hearn's Jaron Boots Ennis. Next. Messages left for Eddie Hearn were not immediately returned. De La Hoya posted Instagram reel. I've already did videos about it. Blah, blah, blah. Can y'all give me my props now? Is that not what I told you was going to happen? To a T. Is that what Boxingego told you was going to be the case and was going to happen? Yes or no? I told you I'm accurate. I'm him. I'm good at my job. I just keep getting it right. Y'all are missing a bigger point. I'm going to try to explain it again real quick. Eddie Hearn and Boots are FUCK'd. They are ucked. Who disagrees with me? I want one of you chumps to tell me I'm wrong after I keep getting it right. With the Boots and Vergil fight falling out, it hurts Eddie Hearn and Boots more than it does Oscar and Vergil Ortiz. Do you agree or you disagree that Boots and Eddie Hearn are in a worse position at 154 right now than Vergil Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya? Do you agree or disagree? I wish Boots never signed with Eddie Hearn. I wish Al got him. See, I try to tell y'all. Bro, y'all not understanding the play. I'm showing you how the game go. That's why I predicted this. And I knew exactly how this was going to play out. Let me see if I can break it down really quick for you. De La Hoya just did an interview or a video, said me and Al Heyman buried the hatchet and we're working with PBC again. Boots and Eddie are cooked because now that he's mended that relationship, PBC has almost all of the important fighters not named Boots or Vergil Ortiz at 154. Jermell Charlo, Tim Tszyu, Tony Harrison, Errol Spence, Sebastian Fundora, Erickson Lubin, all of them are with PBC. So when you need an opponent, it makes sense for Oscar to work with Al Heyman and PBC because he got Jermell Charlo, he got Fundora, he got Errol, etc. Now, Eddie Hearn, what does he have? Josh Kelly, who's fighting Murtazaev. I don't know that Josh Kelly beats Murtazaev, to be honest. So, worst case scenario, or maybe best case, Boots fights the winner of that. That ain't a big fight. It's a cool fight for a hardcore boxing fan, but it ain't no big fight. Nobody knows who Josh Kelly is on this side of the pond, and nobody knows who Murtazaev. The only people where that fight could impress would be like die-hard boxing people. Like people who are like everydayers, watch the fight game all the time. Crazy how Al Heyman got hate for the moves he made, but Turkey gets praise. Al Heyman's also a black man in America too. Murtazaev, the guy that knocked out Tim Tszyu. Bro, Boots is cooked. Eddie Hearn is cooked. They don't have that many options. They were banking on Vergil Ortiz, but now Oscar told you, now we're talking about business. Now we're talking about leverage. Oscar knows there are fights we can do that generate interest and generate money, right? With Al Heyman and PBC, I'll make the Boots fight, but they got to take what we offer them for that fight, which he said is 60-40. It's called leverage, whether you like this play or not. Just like in football, if you are up by a touchdown and an extra point, right, you're going to burn up the clock. Strategy, right? You are going to run the ball, bleed the clock out. It's called clock management in football, time management. right? So now to catch up and win, your opponents have little time because they had to burn all their timeouts. The 2-minute warning already passed, and you bled the clock down, and then you punt the ball 4th and out, and then now they got no timeouts, no 2-minute warning, and they have like 40 seconds to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It makes it harder, right? Boxing, same deal. Oscar knows he has the leverage. That's why he stuck it to Eddie Hearn. 60-40, or really 60-35, 5% to the winner, or no deal. Because if Eddie Hearn's complaining and like, nah, I don't want that, we want more, it should be 50-50. All right, F you. And that's what happened. It's that simple. When you are in a position of leverage, like, this is a weird example, but it's true. Your boy Ego ain't never had no problem with the ladies. So there were times where I was dating and I had a roster. I'm being real. I had a roster. Multiple women that were on the roster that, you know, we were good. We can date and, you know what I mean, that kind of thing, right? As a man, that gives you a different level of confidence when you know you have a roster of other women that you can see with different personalities that you're dating, because you're just like open, you know, you're just actively dating. You're not like committed to a marriage or a singular girlfriend, right? So as a man, you know, okay, this girl tripping, I don't have to kick it with her. I'm going to call up won't. Options, leverage. Options will change everything. Now, if you're a dweeb and you can't get no women and you have one girl, then you have to live and die by that one girl. So if she was like, you get in an argument and she's like, I don't want to hang out, you got to beg for her to hang out or something, because you don't have no other fail safe. You don't have no other option to go to. That's why if you're dating, not if you're in a committed relationship, but if you're dating, you should keep your options open until it's time not to keep your options open and you commit to the one person. Same concept here. Vergil Ortiz has way better options now that Al Heyman and Golden Boy are going to work together. They're working on Barrios and Ryan. And when you have leverage, you can call the shots a bit. And what De La Hoya said is true. He said Vergil Ortiz got a better resume than Boots. That's facts. Bro, y'all are cooked. I am the best and y'all not. I'm the best when it comes to this. Everything I'm saying is facts. There's only a handful of names that I can think of, if Boots stays at 54, that aren't PBC adjacent, because to my knowledge, Eddie Hearn don't really have a lot of access to Al Heyman PBC fighters. The relationship doesn't seem that strong there, right? So you got Dana White, who's signing up whoever. He don't really mess with Eddie Hearn. PBC don't really mess with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn got to overpay Boots. Who is he going to fight? You already gave him a stiff, a Lima that no one asked for. So how do you provide your fighter with a banger? Murtazaev and Josh Kelly are already about to fight, so we got to wait to see the outcome in a couple weeks, right? Maybe fight the winner of that. Who else is out there that Eddie Hearn has? Okay, Israel Madrimov, maybe. Boachuk, he with Tom Loeffler. But here's the thing. Boachuk and Madrimov, Vergil already beat both of them. So once again, it'll prove and solidify Vergil Ortiz if Boots got to fight Vergil Ortiz's leftovers. Oh, man, y'all can't cook me. How does that help Boots if he fights Madrimov? I'm not saying it's a terrible fight, but the point is Vergil already beat Madrimov better than Crawford did. So from a business perspective and branding and like that don't really give you any type of leverage. How you get leverage from beating people that Vergil already beat? And then for Boachuk, he already lost again. He lost to Vergil Ortiz. Could have went either way. But then he relost to Brandon Adams. So what you going to do? Put Jaron Ennis with Boachuk, who's coming off a loss to Brandon Adams? So Oscar's right. Vergil got a way better resume and more options. It is what it is. Y'all can get mad or whatever. Oh, he's ducking. Well, you gave him the leverage. Okay, if I'm lying, tell me who Boots can fight that Eddie Hearn has. So don't tell me Jermell Charlo, because Eddie Hearn don't got them. Tell me. I'll hear it out. Y'all say I'm wrong? Okay. Outside of the people I just named, Murtazaev, Israel Madrimov, or a guy like Boachuk, name a good fight for Boots that's at 154 that's not a PBC fighter and not Vergil Ortiz, which they already said that's a no-go. No mother effing body, exactly. Anybody else? Showing you how the business works, showing you how the game works, period. And you guys could be like, oh, it's no fair, Boots. Everyone's ducking him. No one cares, bro. Fight a good fight or don't. Okay, somebody said Xander Zayas. Don't he have an upcoming fight with Top Rank? Or am I tripping? He's a champion, yes. But don't he have an upcoming fight? So he not fighting this month with the Abras Barasas or whatever the dude's name is. Okay. So y'all can't beat me. What don't y'all understand? I am undefeated and unbeatable when it comes to concepts and boxing talk. I'm indestructible. The man Xander Zayas is fighting in Puerto Rico probably at the end of the month. I think the day Shakur fights with Top Rank. So again, how you gonna bank off somebody like Xander Zayas who has an upcoming fight? Same thing with Murtazaev and Josh Kelly. You have to wait for outcomes. De La Hoya not looking at them names for Vergil Ortiz, so he don't gotta wait. If he want to fight Errol Spence or Jermell or Fundura or Keith Thurman, he don't gotta wait because they don't have occupied fights. So Eddie said that he wanted. Here's why it's important. Xander Zayas is fighting on January 31st, and Josh Kelly's fighting around there against Murtazaev around that same time. Eddie has to overpay Boots, and he said he wanted to bring Boots back in March. So how do you bring him back in March if you have to wait until January 31st or maybe a little bit after to get outcomes for other fights before you can even start negotiating? So how are you going to come back in March? Unless he comes back in March with someone not named Josh Kelly, Murtazaev, Abrayus, or whatever the dude's name is, or Xander Zayas. Y'all can't beat me, bro. I've already done the math. PBC got Jermell Charlo, Tim Tszyu, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora, Jesus Ramos, right? Erickson Lubin, Tony Harrison probably still, Jermell Charlo. That's plenty of names for Vergil Ortiz. Eddie Hearn has who? Wait for Top Rank Xander Zayas and Abreu. Wait until January 31st to wait for an outcome, see what happens, and then start negotiating with the winner of that. or wait for Josh Kelly murder Zelle and then negotiate for the winner of that, or fight like somebody else like Madrimov. And I think even Madrimov have an upcoming fight. He might have already had it though. Because I remember reading something about Madrimov. I'm too good at my job, bro. Yeah, Madrimov is fighting he's fighting on the 24th. Told you. So Madrimov got a fight. Xander Zayas got a fight. Abreu, who's ranked, got a fight. Josh Kelly got a fight. And Murtazalov got a fight. They all got fights. So you have to pretty much wait for the outcome of all them fights to see who wins to even get that in. To get the negotiations going. So Boots and Eddie Hearn, like I said, they cooked. They cooked. Now the Boots fans, they're going to be crying, oh, man, you're all ducking. You cooked. You should have took the 60-40. Took the 60-40. When you don't have leverage, you got to kind of do what you got to do. You don't have a good resume in general, and you don't have the leverage, take the 60-40. If De La Hoya says 60-40, extra 5 for the winner, maybe you got to take that. You can't have it both ways. If you don't, that's what De La Hoya was telling you. If you don't have the options, then you kind of got to get in where you fit in or starve your fighter out and wait for the fight to come back around later on and hope that both guys are in good standings to the point where the fight's still relevant. Those are your choices. Those are your choices. Or for Eddie Hearn, maybe have better relationships with TKO and Dana White and Al Heyman. And then maybe you can work with them. But you can't have bad relationship with Dana White, bad relationship with PBC and Al Heyman, not take 60-40. You snatch boots from Espinoza. It never was no real negotiation. Bro, you don't even know how to spell the word no, so I don't even need to spend too much time with you. You were born in 1976, and you can't spell the difference between no and no. So I don't care what you're talking about, unless you learn how to spell. You talking about it was never no real negotiation. You don't even know how to spell. So of course you think I'm wrong. You can't spell a simple word. Next. Who next? I won. Who next? Who next? I won. Who next? I won. Who? I'm the new Samuel Peters. These boys can't beat me. They can't spell. They can't beat me. They not prettier than me. Like what are we talking about, bro? Man, man. 2026, y'all gonna make this a lot of fun for me, man. Who next? Give me some better work. Bro, Boots and Eddie Hearn are cooked. Tell me who he gonna fight. Name the person at 54 that is not Vergil Ortiz or a PBC fighter that is a good, available fight, don't have an upcoming fight, that Boots can get in negotiation. Like, he could be like, oh, Vergil Ortiz and Oscar went a different direction. We're gonna get in negotiation right now and then make a fight. Name the person. You have 350,000 followers and you have about 100 in your live. You fell off. That's what's up. Block them. Okay. Block him. It's funny. These dudes be like, oh, you fell off, but they watching me. Makes a whole lot of sense. Blocking. Who next? I won. Who next? Who next? Who next? Block KB Dad Body or whatever that name is. Who next? Name the shooters. Get this KB Dad Bod out of here. And tell me who Boots are going to fight. Name someone he is available and he can get in negotiation with since Vergil moved on right now. They big watching me. He dead. See? Tried to tell you. Got him. Caleb Walsh has a fight in January, and he not ready for no boots anyway. What fight do you make for him? Bakram, I just told you, Bakram is fighting at the end of the month with Josh Kelly. Next. Bro, 54, Teller's just lost. What you gonna do it? And I think he's with PBC. I don't know, but Teller, he just lost anyway. So what does that do for Boots? Okay, fight Brandon Adams. Listen, Brandon Adams is a good fighter. He a good little fighter. Fight him. So you're fighting Jamal Charlo's leftovers. Amazing. Again, Eddie Hearn is going to have to keep overpaying Boots and keep putting him in Philly or really close to Philly, because Boots will never be a star with these types of fights. Do you hear me? Yo, I dare Eddie Hearn. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I dare Eddie Hearn to take Jaron Boots Ennis and put him in a main event in Vegas or LA against Brandon Adams. It's very apparent Boots a little options. Boots, this is what he get for re-signing to Eddie Hearn. I tried to tell y'all before it happened. Y'all didn't want to listen. 54, the landscape is pretty easy to see who's who. The guys with brands, the guys who are doing good, and the guys with names. The other people in the division, you've never heard of it. Vergil, Ishmael Flores, Amikio Wakahu, Jokan Blanco. Yeah. Put Boots in with Jokan Blackso. Charles Conwell fight fell off because he ended up losing. Bro, who you going to put him in there? You going to try to resurrect the Rashidi Ellis interest? People want to see that fight at 147 before he lost to Villa. So you're going to try to resurrect that? Bro, it is so ironic. Boots was closer to Al Heyman in PBC, fighting on their cards. He wasn't a PBC fighter, but he was fighting on their cards with Tank. He ran over to Eddie Hearn, British promoter from the UK, who I told you from the beginning ain't made no American stars. Not one of them. Not one person did he have from a piece of coal and turn him into a diamond in America. Not one person. Right? Boots then left. You were with Espinoza, who still works with PBC. You left him, and you left from being on PBC cards to Eddie Hearn, right? They overpaid you for a couple fights that did nothing for your career for the most part because they weren't big name fights. Crawford retired. You didn't get the Crawford fight. And then you re-signed with Eddie Hearn, right? And now you wanted the Vergil fight. You didn't get that one fight. You didn't take the deal that Oscar offered you when you have no leverage. Now, the irony is so funny. You left being closer to PBC, and the only good fights you can even fight are pretty much PBC adjacent outside of Vergil Ortiz, which I've already showed you. Oscar said they're moving on. So it's just funny to me. This is what happens when you make bad decisions. So good luck. I can't wait. Eddie Hearn, prove me wrong. And what makes it worse for Boots is you got to the welterweight like stratosphere after Errol and after Terrence Crawford had cleaned up, right? So you didn't have no good names because you didn't fight the best people for the last several years. You didn't fight Sean Porter. You didn't fight Keith Thurman. You didn't fight Crawford. You didn't fight Errol. You didn't fight Danny Garcia. You didn't get none of them type of fights, right? So at 47, your resume is super thin. And then your first fight at 154 was Lima, who nobody even knew who that was. Now, again, Eddie Hearn is in a conundrum because you're going to have to overpay Boots. He don't generate the type of interest to justify how much you probably have to pay them. You know what I mean? Like, he's not selling enough tickets to the point where him getting $4 million a fight or whatever it is makes sense. He's also not big enough as a solo act to, he not Tank, where Tank can fight an unknown Lamont Roach and it'll be a big fight and he's setting records like up there with the Rolling Stone. Boots ain't that right now. Going for the money isn't always the best option. I try to tell you, shout out to the Real Six. Sometimes you got to look into the future and see what's better for your career. Why wouldn't he just stay and take the 35%? Bro, these are multiple times where Boots Ennis seems more, or his side seems more money motivated, and these are potentially bad options, right? For example, take the 35%, and then if you think Boots beats Vergil Ortiz, you get an extra 5%. So if you're confident in the win, take Oscar, call his bluff, or take the 40%, 35 plus 5, which if you are confident you win, you get the 40%. Concede the 60% to the guy who does have a better resume than you and does have the leverage, right? And then you could at least give the fans the fight that they all want. And then if you beat Vergil Ortiz, now your star power can possibly grow, especially if you did it destructively. But you're being advised, or you decided or whatever, no, we want more money. That's one mistake. But before that, PBC was putting you on cards. You were working with Espinoza. Things seemed to be well. You wanted to sign with Eddie Hearn, which I told you from day one, I don't see how this is going to work because Eddie has not made no American stars, right? And you signed with the man and then re-signed with him, and now he can't get you no fights. So you're Demetrius Andrade 2.0. You're the Philly Demetrius Andrade. Great fighter, but you can only be so great when you don't have competition that's great. Right? How can you truly be great if you're in an industry where there's no one else that's really good? So that's what I'm saying. Boots is cooked. And y'all talking about Brandon Adams. All right, make Boots versus Brandon Adams. We'll see how well that does. Again, Eddie Hearn is not creative. He's going to have to keep putting Boots in Atlantic City or Philly for the rest of his mother life unless he can get him a big fight. That is not a star build. That is not the type of fight where Boots is like, and it don't make him a champion. Brandon Adams ain't no champion. He ain't no champion at 54. So what does that really do for Boots? Bro, Boots has been making terrible decisions. Then Turkey wanted to make you and Devin Haney, you were already a 47-pound fighter, and according to Devin Haney, which has never been denied by Boots' side, they wanted to fight you, or they were willing to fight you at 47, but then you said your body couldn't take it and asked for a catch weight at 152. This is horrible decision one after another. Because Devin, that would have been a great fight for you. And then you've been making 147 for so long. You've been making 140. Bad business Boots. Facts. You had already been making 47. Make it one more time. What's one more time? And then you would have a named person like Devin Haney that you could fight. And that would have been a big attraction. I would love to have seen that at 47. But now with Vergil moving on, you already passed up. You passed up Teofimo too. Bro, Boots look crazy. You passed up Teofimo and Devin Haney at 47. And the cold part about it, I think you would beat both of them. If I had to take a guess. I don't know. But I would favor you. Your promoter couldn't get the Brian Norman fight off the ground. Didn't want to pay him what he wanted. But then later, Brian Norman puts his belt up against Devin, and he moves up. You see Devin, he's back in boxing's good graces a bit because he just beat Brian Norman. That could have been Boots Ennis. And that could have been Boots Ennis. But based on what I seen in the Devin fight, Boots would have stopped Brian Norman. If I had to take a guess. That would be my prediction. Boots, bro, Boots his decision making is terrible at this point. Terrible. You don't fight T.O. when he was calling you out. Devin was down to fight you at the 147 only, so you would have to make the sacrifice one more time. You pass those up. You re-signed to Eddie Hearn, even though he ain't got you one big fight, including the Stanionis, because that was not a big fight. You don't take Oscar's 60-40, 60-35 deal. And I'm looking at the 154 picture. I don't see who he really fight. Because even if you fight a Brandon Adams, Josh Kelly, Murtazaev, what do those fights really do? And in the Murtazaev fight is just dangerous. And then the only people who are going to give you credit is diehard boxing fans. Nobody else even cares about that fight. Like, that's not the type of fight that transcends boxing. So you're going to be pigeonholed. It's like early Crawford with Top Rank. Fighting guys who were cool, but they weren't really known. You know what I mean? So you're never going to get the fanfare. You're never going to get the, like, Gervonta Davis knocking out Ryan Garcia is more impactful than Crawford beating a Mean Machine. Than Boots possibly beating a Murtazaev or Josh Kelly. It does more for your career. Now Ryan never been a champion. I don't care nothing about no champion or not. I never said that. I said certain fights, when you fight a high profile person, it does more for you. Like even Terrence Crawford. Crawford beating Canelo, he got kind of more love beating Canelo because everybody knows Canelo. So you start seeing him on GQ and Forbes list and in Japan. Like that fight did more for him, or the Arrow fight. Those are his two best wins. That did more than Ricky Burns and all them other fights. The Andre comparison is a great analogy. They might feed Boots Madrimov. I've already went over that. Okay, fight Madrimov after Crawford beat him, after Vergil Ortiz beat him. So how does this prove me wrong? That's what I'm trying to get. None of you have been able to prove me wrong. How do you build your brand higher than Vergil Ortiz when he already has a better resume than you and you're fighting his leftovers? So yeah, he can fight Madrimov. That's an Eddie Hearn fighter. Madrimov does have a fight at the end of the month, but that's already somebody that Vergil Ortiz clearly beat. So De La Hoya and Vergil Ortiz are going to continue to be in the driver's seat because they already beat the guy, and you're just now fighting people that they've already beat decisively. So that don't really help you, bro. It don't help you bro, Madrimov, he about to fight, but his last 3 fights, he lost like 2 of them. So what is Boots beating a Madrimov that's not a champion, that's not undefeated? What does that really do for him? It doesn't get you a belt. And we already know Madrimov could be beat because Crawford beat him. And then his very next fight, Vergil Ortiz beat him. So, again, prove me wrong. None of you have been able to do that. So I can't wait. Eddie Hearn proved me wrong. Prove me wrong, Eddie Hearn. Get Boots a big fight. Get him a big fight. Bro, your team, and here's the other kicker. The Saudis look like they packing it in terms of them budgets. It looked like they pulling back on them purses. So the ship might have sailed for the near future of all these like crazy purses and stuff like that. Turkey literally is on record saying, "Oh, Eddie, him and Boots, they want a tune-up fight. I am not a charity." That's literally his words. Turkey said, "I am not a charity. You do that fight on your own," which is what Matchroom and Eddie Hearn did. They did the Lima fight independent of Turkey because he said, I'm not a charity. I don't want that fight. I don't want that fight on Riyadh. I don't want that fight on Ring. We don't care about that fight. We wanted you to fight Vergil Ortiz. DAZN wants you to fight Vergil Ortiz, right? So Turkey already said that Boots was the one that backed out of the fight and changed his mind. And then you doing tune-ups, Turkey telling you, he's like, I'm not funding no tune-up with no Lima. So this means Eddie Hearn's going to have to find some big fight for Boots and probably pay for it himself. See, it's different when you don't have Eddie Hearn probably got used to Turkey funding everything and making it easy, because when Turkey's funding it, you lose less money. You know what I mean? You don't stand to lose hella money. You know what I mean? But if Turkey ain't really messing with Boots like that, that means the loss will be your loss. And that's different. And you're already at a loss because Boots is not profitable enough to keep getting the paychecks that you've promised Boots to get, which lured him from his past situation. This is totally a Boots problem. He had so many options, from T.O. to Devin to Brian Norman. And like, for example, Brian Norman, they offered him 1.7 or whatever. And he was like, man, we want 2 million. You do the math. 1.7 mil, 2 million mil. You could have came up with 300K and then it would have been a unification for Boots. But instead, your promoter, Mr. Great Britain, Eddie Hearn, opted to not pay Brian Norman the extra 200, 250, 300K. You went your own way. He went his own way. And now he lost his belt to Devin Haney. So Devin Haney got the boost up from beating Brian Norman and becoming the champion. You chose not to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney took your old fight. You chose not to fight T.O. Fimo. T.O. got a nice fight with Shakur Stevenson. You don't see the problem? Look for common denominators. You didn't fight T.O. T.O. managed to fight a good fight he got a fight with Shakur that people want to see. So T.O. bounced back nicely with a good fight. Devin, you didn't fight him. You wanted to catch weight. He was like, why should I fight at 52? I ain't even fought at 47. So he does his own thing, fights the guy we wanted to see you fight at 47. And now he's a champion and people had to put respect on the performance. So Devin bounced back with a nice fight. And Devin is probably in line for Conor Benn or Ryan Barrios. You know what I mean? He's in those conversations. Or Lewis Crocker or whoever. So Devin bounced back. Your Philly boy, Boots, didn't fight Norman over money because your promoter didn't want to pay the extra little wage. Didn't fight T.O., who bounced back with another good fight with Shakur. Didn't fight Devin, who bounced back and became a champion against the guy you were supposed to fight, Brian Norman. You don't take the 60-35 deal with an extra 5% from De La Hoya. Now he's like, I'm moving on. We're not waiting for you. We working with PBC again. We got options. You don't. You re-sign with a British promoter who ain't never made an American star. This is Boots' fault, people. And I've been a huge Boots fan coming up. The problem is all your matches look alike. You don't have one significant fight. Like, for example, look at Mario Barrios fighting Ryan Garcia, right? The fight got announced today. After he completes that, win, lose, or draw, Barrios will have fought Akhmedov, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, Keith one-time Thurman, Maidana's brother Fabian Maidana, and your Dennis Ugas, and Ramos, Abel Ramos. That's Mario Barrios' resume. Tank, Ryan, and everyone I just named. Now do that for Boots. He don't have a Tank. He don't have a Ryan Garcia in his respective weight class. He don't have a Keith Thurman in his respective weight class. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm big tripping. Barrios fought Pacquiao. Hey, I believe bro. So you gotta put respect on the fighters who are doing it right. Barrios went from an undercard with David Benavidez and Errol Spence Porter. I was there. And his eye was all messed up in that fight, to main eventing with Pacquiao. Bro, Barrios has a great resume, especially after the Ryan fight. Win, lose, or draw. Boots don't got no resume like that. He don't got no Tank, Pacquiao, Ryan, Ugas, Thurman. Like, he don't got nobody like that. So, Boots, I don't care who's mad. I don't care if you're from Philly. These are bad decisions. You can't tell me all these decisions made sense for Boots to not fight Tio, not fight Devin, and stay at 47 one more extra fight. Not fight Brian Norman to give him the extra little money to get the fight over the line. Bro, Andre 2.0 when Eddie Hearn had him. So now it's going to be like, oh, we try to make the fight with Vergil Ortiz, but Oscar don't want to fight my weak mate. We don't care about none of that, bro. 2026, the year of the doers. Either you do or you don't. Your promoter's going to get it done for you and get the fight that the people want and make the right choices and make the right concessions at time, or they're not, period. And you got to be able to live with that. So I hope Boots is getting paid good, because from what I'm seeing, he don't really have many options with Eddie Hearn that make sense, that make him into a star, right? And then you got guys like Yoenis Tellez and Charles Conwell. They both lost. You might could do something with that when they, when they're undefeated and people, we just seen both of them lose not that long ago. So these aren't big fights either. And when I'm saying big fights, I'm not talking about diehard boxing fans, because there's a lot of fights that diehard boxing fans can rock with that ain't big fights. I'm talking about fights where it'll take, like Boots fighting this one person, now he ready for pay-per-view. He don't got that. Eddie Hearn better beg PBC or something and hope PBC lend one of their fighters to him. Other than that, it's going to be Josh Kelly, Murtazaev, Madrimov, or some obscure fight like that. Anyway, I'm out. Let me know how I did. Check out some of the other content on the channel. Peace.